Thank you for joining in this week. Hope you're staying cool and hydrated. Okay, don't get dehydrated. Okay, this platform is everything mental health. Okay, the platform is for safe place discussion, no male bashing. This is to empower, grow, spiritual health, relationships, and parenting skills. We give tribute to American treasures, an African American woman who has left a mark on our lives, living and past. We are our sister's keeper. Thank you, thank you. This week, our American treasure is Marla Gibbs. I had to showcase that lady. That lady is 95 years old. So I'm like, oh my God, and she is still working. So Marla Gibbs was born Margaret Teresa Bailey on January 14, 1931 in Chicago, Illinois. Her parents are, her father was named Douglas Bradley, a self-taught mechanic who also owned an ice company. They'll tell you how far that was, an ice company. Not ice cream, but an ice company, okay? Marla's mother, Ophelia Birdie, was a businesswoman who owned a theater, a hotel, and a boarding home. Wow. When I tell you black people were very, very creative back then, they're going to make them some money. Even with that Jim Crow era and everything else, they made sure they was very creative. I love that. Miss Marla attended Corpus Christi Elementary School. After graduating elementary school, she attended St. Elizabeth High School. She completed her freshman and her sophomore year, but her dad passed away in the midst of, and then she moved to Detroit with her mother and stepfather, where she finished high school at the Phillips Academy High School. Hello, welcome in. Miss Marla moved back to Chicago after one semester in Detroit and graduated from high school at Wendell Phillips High School in 1949. I guess she was like, Detroit was not happening for her, and Chicago was what she wanted. Marta relocated to Los Angeles, LA, from recuperating from an ulcer, and she began working as a reservation agent for United Airlines. I bet you guys didn't know that, huh? Miss Gibbs' first acting debut was the early 70s in Boxford film Sweet Jesus, Preacher Man, and the Black Belt Jones. But in 1975, Miss Marla casted for the Jeffersons, who I remember the feisty, smart mouth, tell it like it is, Florence Jefferson. For 2 years, she continued working on the Jefferson Show and as an agent for United Airlines, a reservation agent. You know, we wasn't leaving one. We're going to make sure, she's going to make sure that gig was going to last longer. So I commended her on that. Also, she was a writer on the show as well. Also, this is my miss. Her accomplishments were, she's known for, like I said, working on the Jefferson. But when I say I had like 5 slides with this lady, because she is 95. But when the Jeffersons ended in 1985, she started with 227. Remember 227? And Regina King, well, she gave Regina King some really good advice. Because Regina King, you know, she was becoming a pre-teenager, so, you know, you want to dress a little older or whatever. But she said, hey, little mama, if you keep it, you know, if you keep growing, then they're going to outcast you. So you might as well pick the clothes and make sure you stay a little under a preteen as much as you can and dress. So she took that advice and she stayed on 227. Also, Miss Gibbs had a hand in picking Regina King because of her light brown eyes and her pretty brown hair, and she thought that she resembled a lot of Hal Williams, the father on the show of 227. I was like, baby, when you got plugged in, you got plugged in. So I was like, okay, that was really good. She also received 5 nominations for Emmy Awards for Outstanding Supported Actress in a comedy series. I love Miss Marla. Her energy was so good. I remember just a few days when Kim Whitley had said she was somewhere where Marla Gibbs was. She hadn't even started her career, and Kim had hollered out something in the audience, and Marla Gibbs said, "Go get that girl. Go get her." And that's how Kim Whitley got started. Kim Whitley. Remember what she played? She played in a lot of stuff, but she's known for a comedian and the Two Hot Mamas with Sherry Shepherd. But I love to see people helping people, supporting people, seeing talent. That's what we're all about. That's what this platform is about. Everything mental health and everything is each one reach one. Okay. So Miss Gibbs also played on The First Family with Kia from the Bernie Mac show. Remember that? And Braxton from the Jamie Foxx show. The first black president, other than the other one, 24, with the other guy. She played the grandmother. That was also a great, with her and Jack Avery united. And John Witherspoon, may he rest in peace. I love that guy. I still watch the weigh-in so I can be able to see him. But I remember also, I always got to do little tidbits of stuff, but I remember the weigh-ins was, one of them was doing his eulogy, John Witherspoon eulogy, and they said that when they first met him years ago, he was so funny. They loved his attitude and just his charisma, just being funny. And they said, you know what? We ever the Wayans ever get a show, he gonna be our pops. And there you go. People remember good people. So she also played, I don't remember when she played the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I do remember when she played on Martin. She played the strict old lady maid, who was so funny. She also played Touched by an Angel with the late, great Della Reese, okay? Judging Amy, E.R., and Tyler Perry in the Witness Protection Program. I was like, I don't even know, I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and see that. Yeah, so Miss Marla Gibbs. I love her. She also played in Scandal. Do you guys remember when she was in Scandal with Shonda Rhimes? And is hot in Cleveland, probably with Betty White. They probably teamed up or whatever. The American Horror Story. Miss Marla Gibbs, she also, some of you late bloomers might remember in LA, that she also started a jazz club in South Central LA called Marla's Memory Lane Jazz and Supper Club. I love going researching these different people, because I learn a lot of things, and the older you get, you don't want your memory to fail. So I'm learning each week when I bring on the American Treasure, or when I do our actual topic for the week. So I enjoy it. She also has an honorary doctorate degree from the Humane Letters degree for the Next Dimension University. She got that with Don Lewis, who played in A Different World, August 17th, 2019. Miss Marla was married to her high school sweetheart from 1955 to 1973, and she has 3 children. Miss Gibbs is our forever American treasure. We should strive to be at least half of her endurance, or set our minds to do something. So, like I said, at 95, young, still acting, match her energy. Would you? Just try to match a little bit. So some of you guys are out there saying, oh, I'm 60, I'm 40, I'm 50, and my life is over. You better look at Miss Gibbs at 95. She is still out there laughing, still out there going. Like I say, don't nothing get old but clothes, and if you take care of them, they won't. So you better make sure that whatever you have to do or thinking about doing, go out there and do it. You still got time. Every time you wake up in the morning, it's another chance to get out there and do something. Research it. Figure out what it is you need to do. ChatGPT will tell you everything you need to know. Everything. So this week's topic is about matching the energy. So at first, when I first thought about matching the energy, it wasn't negative, but it was about personal matching, making sure when someone does become negative or, disrespectful, is to be positive. That's the number one thing. But the matching the energy with positive energy. The world is full of racism. We know that. Racism is real. It affects, can be very painful. especially when this administration is now and just the way people are doing. So that's one reason why I designed this platform for us as African Americans to be able to come somewhere for a safe place and to get our mental health healthy. To sit back and say, you know what, all that's going on in the world, at least I can tune in every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to get a dose of healthy mental health. Have a good life, learn something, and be able to take the tools to be able to live another day, smile another day, just have a good time another day, okay? So we should feel angry, yeah, disappointed, hurt when faced with prejudice. Those are some of the things that we do feel. We got to talk about, when we talk about mental health, we got to admit the things and how we feel about it, okay? There's no secret. We all get angry about it. We all have our social clubs, our, close friends that we talk about those things. Over dinner, barbecues and things like that, we do talk about that. But the one thing I can say about us, we know how to have a good time. We know how to let our hair down. We know back in the day, having house parties, we used to call them sets, S-E-T, okay? I remember I was listening to a clip the other day and somebody said, I'm like, I haven't heard that in so long. Yes, not a party, but a set. I'm going to a set. You going to so-and-so set tonight? Yeah, I'm going to be there. What time you going to be there? I'm going to be there like about 10, when it really get to rocking or whatever. So we're going to make sure we're going to go to the set, right? We're going to be looking cute. It's going to be hot because St. Louis is hot. That's where I'm from. So, but one question we have to ask ourselves is, what kind of energy do you want to contribute to the world? And I'm going to go ahead and answer. Most of us want positive energy, right? We want to see the positive parts of it. That's when we have to create a positive environment for ourselves. We cannot control what goes out there in them streets and different things like that. But I always say, when I first started this platform, is you can control the algorithm of social media. There's certain things that you could cut off, you don't want to see. And I just know, sometimes people may say, oh, you know what, I shut down my Facebook page, or I shut down my TikTok. No, I block people. I don't shut down anything. This is my page. I own it. And if somebody's on here saying something that I don't like or whatever, then guess what? I'm going to block them, and I'm going to keep it moving. All right? So, no, don't give them that much of your life. No, just block them and keep it moving, because, no, you have control. Yeah, so I want to help support our mission to accomplish a healthy mental health, okay? If you wondered, I used to work in mental health for 17 years, and that's why I decided if I'm going through, mental health and challenges and seeing all these different negative memes jumping up and different protests and things like, can you imagine in LA at the BET Awards, they had some mega people there that were protesting and just having all kind of negative things, but they shut that down, baby. We would shut it down, okay? It's like the balls of you coming, and it's, I don't know how many people at the BET Award, black people, and you got 50 other colored people, non-melanated people there. So no, we shut that down real bad, real quick, okay? Choosing positive energy is not pretending that racism doesn't exist, okay? But it's saving you. You know what I mean? It's making sure that your mental health is okay, because there's too many of us going off or, just being depressed about it. We have to find the happy. And we also have to look at our parents went through it, our grandparents went through, and they survived, and they found parties, and they created different, family reunions and get-togethers and things like that, just to take the pressure off, just to be able to be in an environment that everyone who looks like you, who supports you, who inspire you, motivates you, okay? We have to create that environment, okay? That's a part of mental health. We can stand for justice, speak the truth, protect our peace, okay? And hold people accountable without allowing bitterness to take over our hearts. Just like Jennifer Lewis was telling Kiki on her podcast, that yeah, we can do things. There's things you can do. You don't have to get out there and act a fool. There's things you can call your local congressperson. You could go out there and vote. There's so many different things to do. You can gather, just like a platform, and talk about it and express how you feel about it. Okay? Positive energy is strength. Okay? Make sure that positive energy, because we're fed so much negative things. And if you get a chance to look, go back next week. My topic last week was 99%, 99.9% positivity, that 1% of negativity. And I said that 1% may be going to work, maybe, interacting with coworkers or just somebody who you have to interact with. So make sure that it's only 1%. The other 99.9. Now I know this is a process and it takes a while, okay? Because 21 days is a habit. So good habits is to practice on not letting nobody take your peace, okay? And make sure that when you look at different things, be very conscious of the things that you look at, the things that you let into your system. The music, the movies on TV. Like, I was just searching through TV, and everything was crime. Everything was a crime show. And I was like, do they have anything that's uplifting? Like me, I love comedy 1,000%. I'm going to watch a comedy show. I'm going to watch something, number one, it's going to be a love story. It's going to be comedy. It's not going to be shoot 'em up. It's not going to be any of that. Okay? Because when I was a counselor in Oakland, working with addicts, baby, I heard enough. I don't need to hear anything. I don't need to see any more drama or criminal activity or hear about it. Okay? So building instead of tearing down. So we always want to make sure that we build somebody up. You know what I mean? Make sure when somebody's doing something, make sure you support them. Because when you get ready to do something, you definitely want someone to support you and say, you know what, girl? You know what, dude? That's a good idea. That's something good. Kudos. How can I support? That's how we have to get back together and how to support each other. And I see on TikTok and different things, it's people supporting people coming in. I love the DJs on TikTok. I enjoy the music so much. I'm a music buff. I'm a comedy and music buff and love stories, okay? All that good stuff all together. So we have to make sure, and you have to be conscious, because there's so much going on in the world. So it means supporting our community, and our community is where you are, where you live. Used to be the time black people, we gave block parties. What happened to the block parties? What happened to the barbecues? What happened to the swim parties and get together thing? We need to start doing that, But I know some of our relatives, and I picked the one, like they say, everybody can't come to the barbecue, okay? So if somebody coming, like I was watching somebody coming and Uncle Joe coming, Uncle Joe always be on some bull crap. Uncle Joe maybe can't come, okay? Maybe you'll sit out this one, okay? But also celebrate our culture, okay? Lifting one another up higher, higher. We as a people can never, ever get enough praise. Your children can never, ever get enough praise from you. You are their number one fan. Their cheerleader. And you look at your child and say, you can do it, or you look at, I believe you, and you can do it, and how can I help you? Make sure that we pour in and you get that back. Yes. So, let's see. I have to write some things down, guys. Positive energy is strength, and it's education instead of being humiliated. Okay, building instead of tearing down. Also, like I said, supporting each other. When we match negativity with more negativity, the cycle continues. You see that up in the office. Yeah, we don't want to do that because we better. Like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, low, we go high. But now she said we go low too. But I still figure that we need to go, because we need to still go high, okay? Because you can't stoop down to people level like that. Okay, so let your voice be powerful, okay? Let your action reflect your values. What happened to the values? The community has values. We always have values. We always stood by something. So make sure we bring up all those things you can bring back, So let your positive energy become the force that challenge racism. Okay? When you see something, you be like, devil. We already kind of say that. No, devil. We see them folks coming, we be gone. So make sure you overcome resilience and love. Resilience. So make sure. Okay? Da-da-da-da. So, I hope you guys are still floating on the Juneteenth from last week. Right? And the Obama Presidential Center, I'm still floating. And the World Cup, Look around, there's greatness all over the place. Like I said, we are the people of resilience. We are creative. We hardworking. We big spirit. We dominate the industrial. We dominate everything. Don't let nobody. First of all, did you not see the Africans coming over to America? They knew the assignment. They came and they made damn sure that they understood. They matched our energy. Okay, they matched like, yeah, we know how to represent. So yeah, the thing about it is fashion. Look at the fashion, how they came over. Okay? The guy who designed that, I talked about that last week. So look on there and find out the guy who designed it. You can go on his website and you can get that bag, because that bag is going to be the summer design. Okay? That bag that has the tiger print is really nice. Okay? We are warriors, prayer warriors. We always praying. We got church mothers praying. The thing about it is, just how no, don't be in the parking lot of the church with that bad energy. I don't understand how people come out of church, be feeling all good, say the word was good, and they're supposed to be in a really good space. Then they won't let nobody get out the space. They over there acting crazy in the parking lot. You be like, okay, Dick. Like my pastor said last night, I was watching him on the interview. He said, did the word get in you, or did you get in the word? No, the word did not get into you. Because you cannot leave a church with a good word and setting up and then go out in the church and act a fool. No, you can't. Or go and just act like you ain't got no sense, like you ain't never been nowhere. Okay, you know how parents say, act like you got some sense. I remember telling somebody, act like they got some sense. They come about, what is that? I'm like, oh, okay. I guess you didn't hear it in your household, but I definitely heard it in my household. So also, so when I talk about keeping that same energy, keep the same energy as the Dominican Republic of Congo, that gave us the same energy that took the fast into a whole different level. And yes, they did, because they came over, and I'll tell you, most of us look like, yeah, we know which we came from. We came from pride. We came from good stuff. Keep that same energy when you're confronting negativity, okay? Keep that same energy as Christ has, okay? Keep that same energy with your parents, meaning make sure to treat your parents nice and talk to them in a nice way. Keep the same energy when you're talking to your spouse. Because a lot of times you may come home from work and you're not feeling it, but give your spouse the utmost respect. Give your children the utmost respect. Because believe it or not, children take that negativity and they go out in the world. And that's what happens. Make your friendship. Keep the same energy with your friends. Because guess what? Your friends need you. We need each other. Okay? Like I said, keep that same energy in the church parking lot and in church. So don't be going up in there acting crazy and got a bad attitude. No. Keep that same energy when you're talking about people in a continent. Now, I hope all of us as African Americans and Africans has dispelled the myth. And when somebody does say something about Africa and the different countries, you see for yourself. Nobody came out looking like they was in the jungle or not fed, okay? They came out representing haircut, grooving with the fashion and everything, okay? So please dispel that myth. Because no, that's not, we're not living in trees, we're not living in jungles. We ain't no kids don't have flies all on their face, no, with big old stomachs. Actually, I found out that somebody actually was getting paid to just do an improv. It wasn't even real. How about that? Okay, keep that same energy with yourself. Make sure to be good to yourself. Because when we talk about this platform, we're talking about everybody. So you don't just like give it to everybody and don't say nothing for yourself. So make sure you love yourself. When you get up in the morning, you tell yourself, first of all, thank you, Lord, for another day. The second is, I love me, and what do I got to do today? And take care of yourself and dress up and buy something like new if you can. If you can't, iron out something nice. But take care, be good to you. You only live once. Be good to you. Okay? Keep that same energy when you're walking into a room. When you're walking into a room, you walk with confidence, okay? That confidence is the energy. Keep that same energy when you prove that you are in the right space. No, sometimes people look at you like you're not supposed to be, baby. I'm supposed to be here. Keep that same energy about how beautiful and talented you are. Keep that same energy when you're dreaming. Dream big. Will Packer said, dream as big as you want to dream. Okay, who is anybody or you to tell yourself that there's limits? There's no limits on your dream. And God, and like he said, what if it does come true? What if your dream does come true? What if you dream so big and you're like, oh my God, I got everything I needed, everything I wanted. So keep the same energy when you're winning. When you're winning, keep the same energy when you're losing. Okay, because losing also teaches you how to redirect. So take that good. Okay. Okay, keep the same energy surviving every day. Okay? If you put in 99.9% of positivity, when the negative 1% come, I assure you, your reflex conscious would jump in and it'll be like, okay, I got 10 minutes to figure this out and I'm going back on the other side. And the other side is positivity. Train your brain. Your brain is a training mechanism, okay? So train your brain to like, hold on, wait a minute. Pause, pump the brakes. Like my old little babysitter used to babysit my daughter, like, pump the brakes. Pump those brakes, take a minute, do not react. Because I'm going to tell you, most people who are in the grave or in prison, they reacted and they wish like hell they would have just paused. So keep that same energy, pause. Keep that same energy as creating a beautiful, peaceful environment for yourself. You got to know you deserve it all. Keep watching, research anything. Like I said, ChatGPT, they will tell you everything. Motivating, inspiring, podcast, build a muscle for self-esteem. It's a muscle. Self-esteem is a muscle. Just as how sad you can get, how, negative things is, you got to put that positive. And sometimes you got to leave people behind. Well, a lot of times. You have to leave that negativity behind. So don't be afraid to find you a new environment, new group of people. There's people all over, Facebook, like Divas traveling, Divas going out for, drinks, Divas, you don't drink, but you can go out and just have a little soda or whatever. But it's all kind of new groups out there. Divas for peace. You know what I mean? Like peace and quiet. Serenity. Don't disturb my peace. So make sure that, So also remember, protect your peace, honor your worth. You'll never stop believing in the greatness within you. Never stop believing in the greatness. I don't care who told you. Not even some parents can be real cruel. Grandparents, aunts can be very cruel. But I'm going to tell you that the best is yet to come from you. Dismiss everything, that negativity. Let it go. Just like, let it go. I am not who they said. Okay? So make sure. Share my episode with someone who needed to be encouraged. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mardissa, and one word. And my YouTube channel, it will be on, this episode will be on tomorrow. Also, I'm going to make sure, July. So remember, we always do a July book of the month. That July book of the month book is Will Packer. Who better than you? Who better than you? The heart and the healthy arrogance. And when he talked about the healthy arrogance, because most people say, oh, arrogance, that's not a good thing, it's a negative thing. But no, arrogance is when you walk in a room and you're supposed to be there, versus when you walk in the room and you act like, oh, these are peasants, they beyond me. It's a difference. So healthy arrogance and dream big. If you get the audio to hear the voices, he has celebrities on there. If you get the audio, but if not, just get the book or whatever. And you got to realize that if you want what others don't have, then you have to do what others won't. I hope I have inspired you to think different. I definitely have inspired myself. Remember, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. Thank you, and see you next week.